What's going on, everyone? This is Vance Apollo, and can everybody just calm down on the New York Knicks for just a real quick moment, please? So if you're paying any type of attention to basketball right now, you would notice that there is some type of weird apocalyptic end of the world type of thing going on in New York. Or NBA analysts and NBA fans in general are making you think that because this past week the New York Knicks have traded Kristaps Porzingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., Courtney Lee, and Trey Burke to the Dallas Mavericks for DeAndre Jordan, Dennis Smith Jr., and 2 first-round picks. And just the reaction overall, they're already saying that this is the worst trade in the NBA that could ever have happened. And some people are even saying this is the worst trade ever in sports general. But let's just calm down for 10 seconds. I mean, yes, for the good part of 10 years, the New York Knicks have been what you call a dumpster fire of an organization, and that is based upon one of their owners, and I'll get to that a little later. But at the same time, let's dive into how all of this started and how this trade kind of happened. The reason all of this happened, the reason the New York Knicks would even consider trading Kristaps Porzingis, one of their main stars, one of their top stars in that organization, is because Kristaps Porzingis had a meeting with the organization and he was expressing his concerns with the team, and he did not like where they're losing, and he did not like how they were losing. Also, in that meeting, he suggested a trade. He suggested he wanted to be traded because of the losing, and he did not like it. Now let's just stop right there for a second. Kristaps Porzingis is, yes, a great defensive player and was a star for the New York Knicks, but at the same time, he does not like the losing that the New York Knicks are doing. Here's the problem with that. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an ACL injury. So what blew my mind about it is, how can an injured player say you don't like how the team is losing when you can't do anything about it? Let's take a look at it from that perspective, huh? Personally, I don't care if you're Kobe Bryant, I don't care if you're LeBron James, hell, I don't even care if you're a reincarnated version of prime Bill Russell. If you're injured with an injury like an ACL injury and you're not helping the team, I don't think you have a say in what they're going to do. That doesn't make any sense to me. That really doesn't. So after that meeting, and after it was reported that Kristaps Porzingis wasn't happy with the organization as of right now, a couple hours later, the trade happens between the Dallas Mavericks and the New York Knicks. The thing I just loved about it, me being a huge New York Knicks fan in general, is that people from all over were chiming in saying this was the worst trade ever. I saw some Boston Celtics fans chiming in. I saw some Los Angeles Lakers fans chiming in. Now this is the time they care about the Knicks, which is weird to me. I mean, it was just coming from everywhere, from ESPN to NBA TV, even from the NFL Network, from Facebook, from Twitter to even MySpace. Everybody was just chiming in saying how this was the worst trade that the New York Knicks could even do. How could you trade Kristaps Porzingis, mind you, an injured Kristaps Porzingis with an ACL injury, who last year when he got injured last February said he won't even be able to play in 2019. How could you trade him? How could you trade your best player for picks and DeAndre Jordan and Dennis Smith Jr.? That is insane. How could the Knicks do this? Oh my God. Then it was reported that after this trade, the New York Knicks now have $75 million in cap space for this upcoming free agency period. This free agency class is gearing up to be a absolutely huge one with players like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeMarcus Cousins, Jimmy Butler, just loads and loads of all-star level players. And now the New York Knicks have $75 million in cap space. That means they can sign 2 max players to those contracts, and those free agents want the max contract. Also, take into the fact that the New York Knicks are not saying that they're tanking, but I mean, let's be honest, they are tanking to get a monster of a college player in Zion Williamson. So the thought here is that the New York Knicks have $75 million in cap space, and there are players that could not sign a player option to make them unrestricted free agents, and that would sign a max contract with the New York Knicks. Like Kevin Durant could come from Golden State to be a New York Knicks and sign a max contract. then Kyrie Irving can do the same thing in Boston and leave Boston if they don't win the championship or if they don't just resign him. And then he could come to Boston with a max contract and then draft Zion Williamson. Oh my goodness, people are not going to say dumb things about that trade now, are they? Moral of the story is just read into things and before reacting to everything. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, yes, when I first read the KP was getting traded to the Mavericks, I was just like, oh my God, why? And then I realized and I looked into it, we're saving a bunch of money to get people like KD, to get people like Kyrie, and we're probably going to draft Zion Williamson, if not RJ Barrett. So yes, I am hopeful, but I am skeptically hopeful, if that makes any sense whatsoever. That about wraps it up for this video, but I would love to know what you thought of this trade in the comment section down below. To watch my last video, click right here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, click right here. Like, comment, and share, and I will see you next time.